Hey everybody, welcome back to Joy Factor. As you can see, I've got Cathy with me, and we've decided to collaborate on an entirely different project where we get together and talk about random things that
Yeah.
just happen, whether it be our writing process, what's going on in the world that we think is ridiculous or silly or what the heck. It's just going to be a conversation that will be about 20 minutes or so. So come on over and eavesdrop on our random conversations. Maybe you'll learn something, maybe you'll be inspired, and maybe you'll spit your coffee out laughing. That would be fabulous. But we don't want it to hit your screen because that would suck. Anyways, I'm Sue, and this is Joy Factor. Cathy's going to be posting it on her page, her YouTube channel, which is Let's Talk Together. And I'm going to do a land acknowledgement because that's part of the value system that I adhere to. I will start with I come to you from the unceded and ancestral territories of the Coast Salish people, in particular the Musqueam, Squamish, and Tsleil-Waututh nations. I do a land acknowledgement as a matter of my small part in the healing process of the reconciliation. So, welcome, Cathy.
Oh, thanks, Sue. And um, for those people who don't know what you're talking about, we live here in Canada. We're in particularly in BC, British Columbia. Sue's in Vancouver. I'm in Victoria on Vancouver Island. And so, I think all of the territories are Coast Salish up the coast. I'm not sure of that certainly, but Vancouver Island is all Coast Salish, mostly Lekwungen speaking people. Here in Victoria, the nations are Esquimalt and Songhees. And there's many more.
Yeah, well, you get up to
Um,
Haida Gwaii
oh yeah, okay.
and then the other territories up north. So there's a slightly different. There's actually a map that can tell
Yeah.
people where they are. If I find it, I'll post it in the links
Okay.
below so people can discover what,
Explore a bit more.
yeah, explore what their indigenous territories are and learn something new
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
because that's what we do. So this is our first pilot
Random thoughts.
of random thoughts that we're doing. So we thought we'd talk about the organic process of how this developed. Cathy and I have, if you've been on our YouTube channels, you know that we'll talk about the different projects that Cathy has been working on. Her work as a grief coach,
Educator, yeah,
and
coach, yeah.
yeah, and we've talked about different things about the aging process and different things like that. But we were chatting about something that we did a few weeks ago, and we thought, hey, let's just get together and do some girl talk, have some coffee chat, whatever it is, and just give people a little something different to listen to,
Yeah,
something fun and interesting. Maybe it'll be boring, maybe hopefully not.
hopefully not.
I'm one of those people that talks to strangers all the time.
Yeah.
I run into people on the ferry and it's like, oh, where are you going? What are you doing? Where are you from? Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I do those things. Yeah. I'm one
So
of
because I'm on an island,
those. Hmm.
uh, sort of in between the States and Canada and on the West Coast, we travel by ferry all the time. And there's a ton of small islands in between Vancouver Island and the mainland. And a lot of people live on those islands and they constantly travel by ferry. So I love the ferry. A lot of people don't, but I really like it.
When I was going to UVic, my friends and family were on the mainland still, and there were I would call being stuck on the island on bad days. It was like being in Alcatraz, but different.
Hopefully
Uh,
next year.
yeah, I did feel a bit isolated on the island, I will say, but that's because I was used to being on the mainland and having, you know, vast
Oh. You have so much more freedom on the mainland. I mean, yeah, I lived in Edmonton for many, many years, and
Hmm.
apart from the horrid winters and long winters and brown all the time, seemed like it was lovely to take a weekend trip to go to Jasper. Uh,
Mm.
or we lived in Calgary for a while, and it was like we would go to Banff for breakfast. It's like,
Wow, you do a 2 hour drive
mhm.
for breakfast.
Spend the day there and have
Yeah.
breakfast. Yeah, because we always got up quite early, and
Okay.
oftentimes it was too early for the coffee shops on a Sunday maybe to be
Yeah.
open yet. So we thought, oh, okay, well, be a nice day to go to Banff area, or what's that town just east of Banff? I forget.
Canmore?
Yeah, lovely, lovely little breakfast shops there.
Oh, yeah. Great
Yeah.
bakeries. There's some
Oh my
really good
goodness.
brew pubs there too.
So I thought, actually, we've sort of diverted a little bit, but I wondered if people might be interested to know how you and I met.
Oh, yeah. So, Kathy and I both belong to the BC Federation of Writers. And we have these things at the Federation called writer circles.
Yeah.
And I was just starting my journey as a content creator. So I decided if I'm going to learn about it, I'm going to be a facilitator for a specific circle that was for content creators. So a bunch of us could get together and figure out this weird thing of content creation together. And Kathy was a member of that circle as a content creator herself. And there was a few other people that joined us as well. You will see my interviews with those. One is Lisa, and the other is Carolyn. And they are both writers as well. We are typically writers,
Mhm.
not broadcasters necessarily. But yeah, so that's how we met. And then I said, well, I'm starting this YouTube channel. Who wants to be a guest?
So I think at that time I had been writing for my Substack blog about grief and all the weird things that happen when you're grieving
Hmm.
for maybe a couple of years or maybe a year, I forget. And then it was suggested that I start doing YouTube videos on the same topic. So that I think I was engaged in both of those things when I joined the content creator circle, hoping to know more about. I mean, I rely on my wonderful guru, social media guru, to do all the technical stuff and give me ideas and such. But that's just kind of not where my heart is, I have to say. So yeah, so I really discovered that I like writing. Yeah. And I've decided to venture out into creative writing. And so I'm in my first manuscript. And Sue, what's your writing expertise?
Expertise.
Genre?
I'm a Sue of all trades, a master of none. No, I would say I do fiction and mostly romantic comedies. I because I like and I do what I read or what I consume is literary fiction mostly.
Yeah, yeah.
So I mean my favorite authors are Carol Shields and Jane Urquhart and um so that gives an indication of what I like to read. And so what do I write? I write mostly the stories that I think other people will enjoy, entertain.
Yeah,
It's lighthearted. It gets
yeah.
everybody away from the doom scrolling and all the other things that and the stuff that's going on in the world. It gives you a little reprieve from the rest of the world and lets you escape to something else. And so right now I've written teleplays
Yeah.
made for TV movies. I've written 5 of those, and I'm converting those into novels right now. So I finished the first one. It's going through the editing process, which is
Horrifying.
well, it's actually quite fun. And I will say, I'm using
Yeah.
my friend Monique as an editor, and she's really good. She goes, you might want to change this. And then it was funny. She said, "Well, can't you talk about?" She wanted me to change a slight thing in a character arc, and I went, "No, no, I'm not going to do that." But I understand what you're saying,
Yeah.
and you need something else for a specific character. So I actually mulled it over and thought about it and went back and addressed it. So I sent her those. I posted yesterday on my shorts about rewriting chapter one. And that was about addressing two of the characters that she had pointed out that needed to be corrected. So I did. Uh, it was funny. I don't like the mom. I'm like, okay. Let's address you liking the mom. But and it doesn't matter. Maybe it's good to have characters that people don't like.
I think so. I mean, let's face it, our readers come from a variety of backgrounds with a variety of life experiences, and they're all going to approach the story in a different way, I
Oh
think.
yeah,
Yeah.
everybody always sees it through their own lens.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, yeah. So that's why like, I think that's why writing is so scary.
Well, my venture into creative writing is really exploring my dark side.
Ah, the
I
shadow.
know.
Yeah.
So normally what I write, I always end with an upbeat, yeah, grief is horrible. It's scary. It's weird. It's things we haven't done before. We don't know what hit us, all those things. But
Hmm.
I always like to end whatever I'm writing with hope and peace. I mean, really, it is going to get better. It's going to get better. And at the other end, and for me, I've been dealing with it for how many years?
And
10 years, 10 years from
yeah.
the time my husband had a stroke to today. And
Wow.
I'm only just saying now, I have finally come out into the light. And I know it by how I see the world. I'm in the
Mm.
kitchen more often, cooking things. I didn't do that. Once he had a stroke, I'm like toasted peanut butter, frozen foods into the micro. That was it. And I really didn't change much over the years. Finally, I'm starting to get back into the kitchen and be a little more creative. And for me, that's a sign of life having returned.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So I know that we've sort of talked about writing and such, and I I think I'm um, one to introduce random topics. Like we could divert off to who knows what before this is over.
Oh yeah. But there's lots
Yeah.
of things. Well, mostly it's just storytelling.
Well, that's true.
It's
Yeah,
just a different kind of storytelling.
yeah.
We're talking about um yeah, because I'm not an expert on anything.
Well, oh, me either. Me either. I like to think I am on grief because I've been through it and I talk about it a lot, but there are many, many more voices on this topic than mine. So,
Yeah. And I just I don't know. I think I just want
well, I remember when you asked me if I wanted to come on and be a guest on your podcast, and I'm like, Sue, you talk about happy, joyful things. That's not what I talk about. Why do you want me? But we did come to an understanding of how it would fit together.
well, yeah, because I mean, along with the process of grief, you end up you do find your joy as you now are discovering about going back into the kitchen and everything else. And it does take some people longer than others, and the process is very different for everybody. But I do. I tend to try and go for the more optimistic points of view. I tend to see
Yeah.
see. Uh, Somebody said, "Oh, you go through your life with rose-colored glasses," and there's a song by Blue Rodeo that talks about that, and I kind of do. I'm like, oh, things will work out.
And that's a
Even when, like,
lovely
I
thing.
mean, the deepest, darkest moments of doubt, and I'm just like, no, it's okay. You can get through this. You've been here
Yeah,
before. You know how this is just going to be different. You got to
it's
figure it out.
exactly. I've had many, many challenging experiences over my lifetime. And, times when I really thought it was never, it was only downhill from here and it was already low.
Yeah, yeah.
But here I am at 76. I made it through. Somehow I made it through all of that. And I can still laugh.
Hmm.
Wow, how does that work? Optimistic.
Yeah, well, and again, like it goes back. I really do believe in and you'll hear this a lot in a number of different places, faith, hope, and love.
Mm.
You got to have faith in yourself, and if you don't have faith in yourself, maybe faith in God or whatever God you believe in, or the universe or whatever, um, and uh, and then have a little bit of hope.
Well, I have to say that's probably how I've gotten through some of the darkest times is I look back on them now and I think, really my faith was my anchor in all of this.
Hmm.
You just kind of have to, I don't know. Yeah.
You have to believe in
Yeah.
something.
It's going to work out some way or another. Maybe not the way I think it should, or
Oh
and the
yeah, it
timing
never
might
works out the way I should.
be. Yeah.
If things worked out the way I thought they should, yeah, my life would be
Way different. Yeah.
way different. And you know what? Maybe I wouldn't be and maybe I don't know if I'd be as happy as I am. I don't know.
Well, there you go. Yeah.
Who
Yeah.
knows?
We just have to take the gifts as they arrive, I think.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Speaking of my age, I am a baby boomer, and you
Right.
were talking about you're the next generation, the millennials.
No, I'm Gen X.
What is that now?
We're between the baby boomers and the millennials.
Oh, oh, you're the generation after mine.
Yes.
Okay, got it, got it. And you were talking about some of the challenges of my generation, which is really a bulk in the, what's it called, in the,
Well, there's a book called Boom Bust and Echo, so you guys are
yeah.
boom.
Well, and you were talking about how we did, we took everything and you're left with the leftovers. But
Well,
the
no,
thing is too, well, you can explain that in a minute, but I remember as I was getting older, my 30s and 40s, and my husband and I are like, okay, well, I have to look to retirement and what's there for us and who's going to look after us, all that kind of stuff. Well, the generation ahead of us, I've forgotten what they're called.
the
They
quiet generation.
they did all the fighting for us. They're the people that built all the systems that my generation is
Hmm.
able to take advantage of. And so, yeah, we really lucked out in that perspective,
Yeah.
for
And now
sure.
they're depleting it. CPP, I don't know. We still pay into that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And I know the
I
worry
mean,
is,
it's an indexed fund, thanks be to
yeah,
God.
yeah,
But
yeah, 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 for sure. And I know that for a long time, I don't know what the current status is, but I know that for a long time there was a discussion about me being in this bulk generation, I guess you might say, and then there won't be enough workers underneath us to
mhm.
support the social systems that we will come to rely on.
Yeah.
I mean, I think we're seeing that already with our healthcare system here in Canada.
Hmm.
It's struggling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the thing is, like, the hiring practices have changed, and
Yeah.
people like all kinds of different things. Like, it's hard to. They say that there's jobs out there, but are there?
You'd like to know where they are.
Well, and if you see, applying for a job these days is almost as good as buying a lottery ticket because that's what it feels like.
Oh boy, yeah. But
Yeah.
Sue, I remember feeling that way when I was in the employment market. I
You
do.
know, I think it's always been a struggle. People
I
just
think
haven't
so.
really talked about it. And I think
Yeah.
that I think that I don't know, who knows? I just go, "Pff, whatever. I'll do what I can. I'm
Yeah.
uh,
You know, I think one of the benefits of the COVID lockdown, if there are, I mean there are a few, and one of them is more people learned how to work from home, how to be independent, how to build their own careers.
mhm.
I think that's a good thing.
Yeah, but now organizations are asking return to work,
Well, yeah.
making return to work mandates and
Oh, mandates.
yeah,
Oh, you mean if you work for XY company, it doesn't want you remote anymore. It wants you to
that is
come to the
correct.
office. Got it. Got it. Got it.
Yeah. We
Okay.
want you in here so we can see what you're doing and we have control of your time. See, slavery hasn't been abolished, it's merely been reformatted.
Yeah. I do remember when, there was nobody on the streets that there was talk about, oh, and people, they were continuing. I mean, I worked from home. I was
Hmm.
still working at that point. We carried all my stuff to my apartment, and that's where I stayed.
Yeah.
I was lucky enough in that I wrote checks, I had to write checks because the electronic piece didn't quite translate over. And then I would have to go out in the middle of isolation and get directors to sign the checks as I worked for a nonprofit and then deliver the checks, right? So
Oh,
I
okay.
was out and about through that whole scene. Maybe once a week I would go out on a Friday.
Wow, you
It
guys
was
didn't have electronic banking. You couldn't just e-transfer the money. But that was probably a good thing.
we did for many, but not for everybody.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Hmm.
Yeah, we weren't quite that archaic in 2020, but there were anyway, without going into detail.
Yeah, no, I know. It's whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
But that's actually kind of cool because that gave you an opportunity to visit.
Well, and it was scary. Like I'd be out in my car and there's like nobody around. Maybe a couple of people walking the dog. That was it, man. It felt very apocalyptic
Oh,
without the destroyed buildings.
that's so interesting. That
Yeah.
was not my experience at all, but I live very centrally in Vancouver. So
Oh,
there was social distancing happening. So people were on the sidewalks and we'd like avoid each other and do
yeah.
whatever. And I worked from home for maybe 8 weeks. And then I was asked to return to the office because I worked in healthcare. So I went back to the office, and I looked at one of the COVID testing sites
Mhm.
from my office. So that was
Oh,
really
okay.
interesting.
Oh, yeah. So you would see a lot of people all the time anyway.
Oh yeah, yeah, and then at 3 o'clock and I had this huge office all to myself. It was great. Um, and at 3 o'clock, I'd go, okay, 3 o'clock dance party. And I'd put some music on and I'd crank it up and I'd say to the other people working in the office, 3 o'clock dance party. And so people would be in a meeting. Like I check before. I'm doing 3 o'clock dance party, just so you know. And they were
Just so
like,
you
okay,
know.
well, you have to keep it quiet today, or you can make it loud and proud, whatever. And I go,
Yeah.
okay, 3 o'clock dance party.
That's very fun. That's very Sue.
And of course, it'd be 80s music because that's the best music to dance to,
Okay. Very
in my
good.
opinion. That's
Okay.
just my opinion, y'all. That you can have different I'm just taking a stand because 4/4 time is
Hmm.
excellent. You can
Okay.
shake it up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Sue, you and I could talk like forever. How are we doing on time?
We got lots of time still.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
What's the next item you want to talk about?
I don't know. We don't have an agenda because this is
We don't.
random
That's very
conversation.
true. Yeah. Well, we talked about how we got together,
Yeah.
why we're doing this
All the
variation, I
reunions,
guess, on the
yes.
theme. Yeah.
And
And my magnetic earrings that won't stay on. It's really annoying. I had two on, and then one fell off. And there's like all my computer equipment in front of me here. I have no idea where it went.
Ah, okay.
It's
Well, that's
stuck to
always fun.
something, but I can't find it. So it's like, so I emailed my IT person and I said, if I put a magnet near my electronic equipment, will I disrupt anything? I haven't got an answer back yet.
It's probably not a strong enough magnet to
It
do it.
won't be strong. No, it doesn't need to be. It
Yeah.
just needs to pull the earring back up and the top up. Both of them are gone. I don't know where they went.
Yeah. So you were asking about time in a timely manner because we have 9 minutes and 25
Oh,
seconds
no,
left.
okay, there you go.
There you go. So we can probably wrap this up, actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
You don't want to know about my earrings.
Hey,
Uh,
I'm not sure anybody else really wants to know about your earrings.
well, if you're considering buying magnetic earrings, it is worthwhile knowing that they don't always stay on. They
Okay.
do from the magnet point of view, but if you bump them,
Mm-hmm.
like doing a hair thing, or
Yeah.
you've got a high collar, boom, your earrings are gone. So
Yeah.
they
Okay.
are fun.
All right. Good to know. I I I don't buy earrings.
No,
I have pierced ears, but I always keep the same earrings in because
yeah, these are studs actually.
yeah,
They're there all the
so
time.
boring. I'm the last person to delve into the areas of vanity and
Oh, really?
oh
Mm.
yeah, I'm just like, yeah, whatever. What you see is what you get. Very WYSIWYG.
Wish I could be that way, but as a person who worked for government for many years, I was used to wearing a business suit and high heels and hose, and I think that just kind of stayed with me. I know.
I know, not my jam.
Not 100% though, because I am retired
Yeah,
and I can hang out, do what I want when I want. And you and I chat offline often, and I got my hair up and
yeah,
wearing whatever I'm wearing. I don't know.
yeah.
But
I
I'm
just
but
think,
I'm but I'm on I'm on. I'm like in public here, so I sort of feel like I need to do a little bit more.
oh, sure. I mean, I have lipstick on.
Yeah. And you always look very presentable, Sue. So
Oh, well, thank you. I put light colors on today because I noticed in my last shorts I was always wearing navy or black.
oh, okay.
And I wear black all the time
Oh, do
at
you?
my job
Oh yeah, of course.
because I
Yeah.
have to be, I'm supposed to be unseen.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
Anyway.
All right. Cheers. Well, lovely talking with you in this very unscripted format, Sue.
All right. Yeah, thank you. And because this is super random, we're going to be doing this at random times too. So when you cops like, share, and subscribe.
Yeah.
Subscribe is really important because then
Really
you'll see
important.
it
Yeah.
when you get it. It'll
Yeah.
pop up on your feed. If you subscribe, you'll be able to see us when we do this next. And if you have things you want us to talk about, put those in the
Let us
comments.
know, yes. And if you want to respond to anything we've talked about now or in the future, let us know. This is a conversation.
That's right.
Join the conversation.
Absolutely. We're happy to do that.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, and we'd be happy if you did that too. All right. See you next time, Cathy.
Thanks, Sue. Bye.
Okay, bye.